What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about what is a title company, how to find an investor-friendly title company, which is very important for wholesaling real estate, and what does the title company do for your transaction. So that being said, make sure you stick around to the end of the video because this is going to be very useful information for you when you're wholesaling real estate. Other than that, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you go down below, hit the red button and subscribe. It helps me reach more people and impact more lives, so I'd really appreciate it if you go subscribe. Other than that, let's get right into the video. Alright, so that's right. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to find an investor-friendly title company. Now, why is it important to find an investor-friendly title company? Well, before we talk about that, let's talk about what a title company does for your real estate transaction. A title company is a neutral third party, and they basically handle all the paperwork when it comes to closing a real estate transaction. They do a title search to make sure that the property has no liens, encumbrances, or judgments against it, so that way when they are conveying the property to the new buyer, it is clear title and they are inheriting a property, taking over title for a property that doesn't have any judgments against it. So they do all of that. They also issue a title insurance policy, so that way if something is wrong with the title and there's defects to the property, the buyer and the seller has an insurance policy there that the title company issues, so that way you can rely on that if issues arise. So a title company basically handles all the paperwork and they communicate with buyer and seller in order to get everything done in order to close a transaction the right way. And as a wholesaler, having a good title company makes your life so much easier because they're going to handle a ton of different transaction coordination type of things for you. And making sure that this title company is investor friendly, meaning they work with flippers, investors, buy and hold investors, wholesalers, cash buyers. They're used to working with transactions that aren't completely traditional. It's going to be so beneficial to you because they're going to be able to do what you need them to do, which is get creative deals to the finish line and closed. So that's why you really need to be using and finding an investor friendly title company. So now, how are you going to find a real estate title company that is investor friendly, that's okay with working with wholesalers, that's fine with doing assignment transactions and double close transactions with pass-through funding? If you don't know what an assignment transaction is, it's when you have a contract with the seller and you're going to assign your rights in that contract to the end buyer for an assignment fee for your profit. That's traditionally what wholesaling real estate is. So you need a title company that's willing to do assignment transactions, and you also need a title company that's willing to do double close transactions with pass-through funding. Double close means you're actually going to close on the property between the seller and you, and between you and the end buyer. So two closings are going to take place in order to get the deal done. And sometimes your buyer may need you to do a double close, or there's certain circumstances where maybe you want to hide your assignment fee, so you want to do a double close, stuff like that. And you need to make sure that the title company is willing to do pass-through funding, meaning when end buyer sends in their money, they will use that money to fund your first part of the transaction and the second part of the transaction. So that way you don't have to send transactional funding, you don't have to send money in order to get the deal closed and still complete a double close. So you need to find a title company that's willing to do at least an assignment transaction, and then even better if they can do double close with pass-through funding as well. So how are you going to find this investor-friendly title company? There's multiple different ways. My number one favorite way to find an investor-friendly title company is from my free list of investor-friendly title companies across the country that I give you for completely free. There's a link in the description for this nationwide investor-friendly title company list. Make sure you go click that link and download this list. There's pretty much a title company that works with wholesalers in every single state across the country, so you should be good. Now, that being said, if my list doesn't provide you the title company that you need, these are the other ways to find one. First off, you can just do a simple Google search for a title company. And now you're going to call all the title companies in your local area in that market that you are doing deals in, call them up and ask them, hey, my name's Jacob. I'm just calling to see if you work with investors and if you are willing to do assignment transactions. Communicate with them, see what they say. If they don't know what an assignment transaction is, explain it to them, see if the head escrow officer is willing to do those transactions, and find out. And just call down the list of all these different title companies till you find one that is willing to work with you and do assignment transactions. The second way that I think is a good way to find these title companies is to reach out on real estate Facebook groups in your market. Network with other real estate wholesalers, other investors, and ask them, what title company are you using to close your real estate transactions? And you'll be able to find an investor-friendly title company doing that. So those are the two ways to find investor-friendly title companies. But again, my number one favorite way and the easiest way is to just go down below to the link in the description and download my nationwide list of investor-friendly title companies, and it's likely you will find a title company that works for you right there. When you go to download that investor-friendly title company list, you're going to be taken to my personal website. There's a ton of other resources there for you. Another free resource that you can go download at that site is go to jacobblank.com/free. There's a link in the description as well. You can download my purchase contract, my assignment contract, and my script for completely free there as well. And if you go to jacobblank.com/shop, you are going to see all the tools that I built for my business available there for you. So if you want to jump ahead and skip the steps that it took me to build certain tools that I needed for my business, you can go purchase them for super cheap at my website at jacobblank.com/shop. Also at reiscalers.com. If you like the way I teach, if you like the way that I teach things and lay them out for you, and you want to learn more from me about wholesaling real estate and about this business, at reiscalers.com, I have a Learn to Wholesale program that's over 7 hours of footage of me breaking down every single thing you need to know about this business step by step. So that way you can get your first deal and then from there on scale to doing $100,000 a month profit. So if you want to learn more from me about this business, make sure to check out reiscalers.com. And another basic example of what a title company does is they're basically just verifying that the owner of that property is actually the owner and has the right to sell it. Do they hold title fully in their name? Are they able to convey that property to somebody else? Is title clear? Are they able to convey it? Title is just verifying these things so that way it's a conveyable title in order to be able to close a real estate transaction. Also, if you find an amazing title company to work with, they're going to become like an extension of your office. Your escrow officer is going to be so helpful to you in everyday life, in everyday business. If you have questions about contracts, different types of transactions, a certain situation, a lot of the times the first person to call up is the title company and see if they have any insight on your issue. My favorite escrow officer has been so helpful with so many things in my business. It's been insane. So I hope you're able to find an amazing title company that helps you excel and level up in this business, because for me, finding good title companies and creating those great relationships has been so beneficial for me and my business. And don't be afraid to try out different title companies to find the one that's going to be best for you. If you have 3 transactions going on, do one of those transactions at each different title company, right? It's important to try out different title companies and find one that is going to be the most efficient, close stuff the easiest, the fastest, and be the most helpful. Some title companies are horrible, and that's just the truth. They do things wrong. They do things that is literally illegal. So you don't want a title company that's doing things outside the box, because you're going to get in trouble. So you don't want that. You don't want one that's lazy, slow, and forgetful and not responsive. You want a title company that always answers the phone when you call. You want an escrow officer that's willing to give you their cell phone number. You want one that's on the ball, on the money, on top of everything, and moving these transactions forward. You don't want one that's causing all your deals to fall apart. So feel free to try out multiple different title companies for you to be able to find the one that's a great fit for you. Other than that, I hope this video was helpful for you on your real estate journey. If you liked the video, make sure to go down below, smash the like button, also hit the red button and subscribe to the channel. Other than that, I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.